group number one, for those of y'all who are drawn to the first image, this is going to be you all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on um, what do people find attractive about you. So, what do people find attractive about group number one? All right, for group number one, what do people find attractive about them? That's so crazy. Okay, the first thing that came to mind as I was just shuffling was your intellect. Um, so, the first card that came out is the King of Wands. I mean, not King of Wands, King of Swords. Sorry. Um, which sword energy is about the mind, your thoughts, your thought processes. Um, so, King of Swords is someone who's very not emotionally. I mean, you could be very emotionally intelligent also, but definitely King of Swords is very, you know, intelligent, mind intelligent or smart. Um, Something about being able to think quickly on your feet. Yeah, Page of Cups and then the Three of Wands. So I feel like a lot of people find your mind to be very, um, I just heard sexy. So it's the way that you think or think about things or think through things, your thought process behind stuff, or just the way that you, um, I don't know, just something about the way that you process things. People find it very attractive. You may attract a lot of I think it's sapiosexual, or people who are attracted to people's minds or intelligence. You may even be a sapiosexual. You may prefer to date people or pursue people or be with people who are smart, people who have a lot of mental depth to them. People who are not just superficial or surface level, but people who who got some whose wheels are turning in their heads. People who are I'm hearing researched. People who are not just coming with their opinion, but also coming with facts. Um, so again, I definitely feel like what a lot of people find attractive about you is that you're that way. You're somebody who's very very researched. You're not just coming into a discussion or an argument with just your opinion. You're coming in with facts and receipts, and people love that about you. People love how just on point you are, and just again how you're able to really think on your feet. You may do really well in like interviews or when you're like talking or networking with people. I feel like you do really well with like conversation with others. Even if you don't like to converse with people, you still have that ability to converse very well with others and have very meaningful conversations. So people love having conversations with you. People find your conversations to be very exhilarating, to be very, I'm hearing honest and truthful. You may be somebody who's very blunt and just straight to the point. You don't pussyfoot around. You're not beating around the bush. You're just very straight up and straight to the point. And again, people really love that about you. You have a very expansive mindset. People love how like open-minded you are. I feel like you're someone who, um, you're not again. You're not a one-dimensional individual. You're someone who's you have such an open mind to other people and to the world and even like how the world works and you may even be a conspiracy theorist as well. You may have a lot of thoughts and opinions about certain conspiracies or things like that. Um, and again, people really enjoy those conversations with you as well because I feel like you're somebody who offers people like a different perspective of life or a different perspective of how certain things work or certain systems. Again, you bring a lot of receipts and a lot of facts to the table versus, just you coming with an opinion, which, you may be very, I feel like you're somebody who's very opinionated also, but you also know that, if you're going to have an argument with somebody or, debate with somebody or, have conversations with people, that that you need to bring some type of facts to the table and not just, oh, I think this and I think that. That's not, may not always be feasible for you. Um, for some of you here, you may have a nice car. You got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. Something about the car that you have, people like that about you, or like your car fits you or fits your personality. That's very specific here. Um, I mean, which is very, very real because, like, some people may have cars and it's like, they don't really fit that person or that doesn't really fit their personality. Um, but, people look at you like, oh, this person is definitely a Nissan Altima type of individual, or this person is definitely a, um, um, I don't know, a Toyota type of person, or this person is definitely a Jeep type of person. But again, something about your car matches you or matches your personality well. Very, very weird. Not weird, but very real. With this Chariot energy, also, especially paired with this Three of Wands, I feel like you're somebody what a lot of people find very attractive about you. And this, again, goes with your mind, and your mindset towards things and towards life, is that you're able to move forward and move on very well. You may have a very strong cutoff game. Like, you don't take bullshit, and with this Page of Cups, you have a very playful and fun personality, but your opposite side of you, very Gemini energy here. Your opposite side of you is also very cutthroat. You're very much, not a bullshitter. You're not playing around. I'm hearing somebody saying, I'm not fucking around. So that could be your energy. You may come off as very kind and sweet, and which you are. You are very kind and sweet, but you also have this side of you that is very, direct, very straight up, very upfront. You can be on the spectrum. Definitely giving heavy, like, autism energy here. Um, yeah, King of Swords to me is a very, because King of Swords is not a loud type of king or a loud power. He's very, like, silent power. He's not going to be the loudest person in the room, but he will be the most calculated and the most strategic person in the room. And I feel like that's your energy. You may not be the loudest person in the room, but you know your shit. You're very smart. You're very intelligent. A lot of people look up to you, and a lot of people look forward to what you have to say about things, or they may look forward to your perspective or your, like, your viewpoint on certain things or certain issues or topics. Especially if this is work related, I feel like you have a lot of people, especially in higher up positions than you, who really value, your feedback and really value the things that you say. Because I feel like sometimes, you may say things and it triggers a lot of people. Again, it creates a lot of expansion in people's minds and in people's lives, which again comes in the form of, like, people being triggered. Um, some people may take that triggered and, feel some type of way about you, or feel that, you're mean or an asshole, while others, when they do that self-reflection and be like, okay, group number one said this to me or said this about me, maybe I should actually, consider that, or maybe, that's actually true. So again, a lot of people value your words, your thoughts, your perspective, um, and just how you approach life or approach situations. Um, I also feel with this Page of Cups energy, you can be somebody who's very, who has a very youthful vibe to them, a very youthful energy to you. Some people may even take it as you being childish, but it's not you being childish. You just, because the Nine of Pentacles is underneath the Chariot here. It's not that you're childish or anything. You just have a very like YOLO, like you only live once type of mindset when it comes to life. So you're going to live that to its fullest, which is great. People love that youthful vibe that you have, and their youthful energy here. Anything else? The numbers 55 can be significant. 555. Again, like you create change in people's lives through your words, through the way that you speak, or what you speak about. Like you trigger quite a bit of people. Like you really do, group number one. It's just up to them of whether or not they're going to, take what you say and actually apply it, or they're just going to be big mad about it. Yeah, I don't know. Damn. Okay. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Literally, again, just reiterating what I've been saying with this King of Swords energy is that it's just something about your communication. You're very truthful. You're very honest, and a lot of people really respect that about you. You receive a lot of respect from others, a lot of respect um, from your peers, and a lot of respect from like people who may be higher up on the ladder than you are, which may cause a little bit of issue, especially with this Page of Cups energy, that youthful energy. Some people may want to keep you not smile. You may have a really nice smile as well, but some people may want to keep you small or keep you complacent in a smaller energy, to kind of keep you as like their own little personal toy in a sense. Um, but I definitely see you breaking out of that soon. Or I mean, you're really not even bound by it, but you may be like moving on from people who try to keep you small or keep you contained. Um, Something about a smart mouth. I just heard she has a really smart ass mouth. So you may have a really smart mouth. You may be very quick with it. Um, yeah, it's just something about you being able to think off your feet very well. Like you're able to like really cut people up if you really wanted to or if you needed to. But again, a lot of people really enjoy how trustworthy you are, how honest you are, um, how reliable you are. A lot of people feel that they can really rely on you. And again, that's attractive all in itself, especially to people like sapiosexuals who look for qualities like that in other people. Um, so again, you are very attractive to many people, but very, very attractive to people who are attracted to people's minds. Um, Very great energy here to have. And then King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. A lot of people love how resourceful you are. Again, thinking on your feet. They love how resourceful you are. Ooh. The letters J, B, and H can be significant here. Those could be your initials or somebody else's initials. Um, the word left can be significant also. I'm drawn to a lot of the words and letters on this train going by. The number 72 can be significant. Texas can be significant. International, 53, 45, 645. Okay, let me stop because I can just, yeah, let me stop. Okay. But again, like people are so drawn to your resourcefulness and how grounded you are, yet very like flighty. I don't know. You have a lot of duality to you, that people really enjoy. Um, you keep people on their feet. Could be Gemini energy. I'm picking up Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, and Taurus energy is very significant here. All right, but group number one, I think these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I'll see you all in my next reading. Peace out. What's good, group number 2? For those of y'all who are drawn to the second image, this is going to be y'all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on what do people find attractive about you. So this is for group number 2. What do people find attractive about group number 2? So you got the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. People enjoy like your chill and nonchalant personality. People really like how, excuse me, people really like how, or it may not even be your personality for some of you. It could be more so of like your energy. Like you have a very like chill energy to you, like a calming presence to you. You may have a lot of people who feel very like comfortable around you, or a lot of people who feel comfortable like opening up to you, being vulnerable with you. Um, Something about reflection can be significant here. Like you may be have this energy to where like you hold space for people in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, Even if it's just like random strangers, like a lot of people feel comfortable opening up to you, talking to you. Again, like people feel very safe and grounded in your presence. What else? Hey, you have a very chill energy to you, though. Even if you are somebody who's very, out there and wild, um, those people that like at parties, um, that's like, or parties or clubs or bars and things like that. The one that's like the social butterfly. They're talking to everybody and they're hanging out with everybody and they seem to know everybody there. Um, but it's like that person or those people that's interacting with that individual wouldn't, open up to them, or wouldn't, hang out with them or even want to talk to them if they didn't feel, comfortable. Oftentimes, to me, those people have such a chill, relaxing vibe to them, to where like, okay, I may not be on 100 like you are, but I actually feel safe with you. I feel comfortable with you. Like for some reason, I trust you with my life. That may be the energy that you have as well. Like a lot of people like trust you with their lives. Very weird, but it's what I'm picking up. Um, what else? What else? What do people really find attractive about group number 2? People love, you got the Six of Wands and then the um the Hanged One. Um, People love like how amazing of a person you are, but yet you're so humble with it. You're not putting it in other people's face. You may be very good at your job. You may be very good at being a partner. Very good. Like there's something that you're very very good at. And a lot of people know that you're very very good at this, but again it's this energy of you being humble with it, and you're not rubbing it in anybody's face. You're not making it seem like you're better than other people, even though a lot of people may assume that about you, or that may be something that again people assume before they get to know you better. um, but you are somebody who's very very humble. You're not um, in other people's faces with how fucking amazing of an individual you are, how smart you are, how talented you are. Again, a lot of people put you on a pedestal. A lot of people view you as very successful. A lot of people really appreciate you, and appreciate like your work ethic, um, how good of a parent you are, if you are a parent. Somebody here could be a teacher here as well. Um, but I don't know, but there's like, you're good at so many things. I feel like you're a jack of many trades here, or a jack of all trades. I think that's the phrase. But it's like, even though you're good at so many things, you're still so very much humble with it. And a lot of people really, really like that about you. What else? I feel like you're a fun time as well. If whenever you do go out, people really enjoy like hanging out with you. People enjoy, um, again, like a lot of people really enjoy your energy and just being in your presence. Like it's almost like you refill people's cup, which you have to be really careful with because you can draw in a lot of like energy vampires or people who are just around you just to have that refill. Um, yeah, you may attract a lot of energy vampires or people who just want to take advantage of your energy. So just be careful with that. Um, but again, it's you like again, it's just like people feel so safe in your energy and so safe to relax or rejuvenate or like all of that, like Four of Swords energy. You have the Death card here. Scorpio energy could be significant. Pisces energy, Leo and Sagittarius energy can also be significant for you. Taurus energy can also be significant as well. Excuse me. Um, but what people really find attractive about you also is that you're somebody who's always changing, you're always transforming, and you're always popping up. Like, you tend to move in silence. You don't always tell people like what you got going on. You just kind of like pop out with it. Um, and people really love, the spontaneity and just how fearless you are to be able to change and make changes or go through changes, and still, be humble with it and still be yourself. Um, yeah, a lot of people really like appreciate, um, the energy of like rebirth and renewal that you have about you. Um, yeah, it's like you're not afraid to change and you're not afraid of change. I feel like you're somebody who goes through a lot of changes, whether it's your external world or your internal world. You go through a lot of changes. You've been going through a lot of changes throughout your whole life. You're used to change. That's just a part of your everyday, daily thing. That's just what you do. And a lot of people really, really, really admire that and really admire, how you're able to do it. You shock a lot of people, or you confuse a lot of people with how well you are when it comes to change, or how good you do with change. Because I'm also getting the energy of like, maybe somebody close to you passing away, and you're that strong one in the family that's able to take care of everything and, take care of arrangements and things like that, and still, and never skip a beat of like your day-to-day life. And it's not that you're not feeling it. You're still feeling those emotions, or that grief or whatnot, but you're still able to put on a strong face. The song, "Brave Face" by Halle Bailey, could be significant for you as well. Definitely a great song. Listen to it if you can. Um, but it's like you're able to stay very, very strong, not only for yourself but also for others. And again, like people really, really love that about you, and just your ability to take on challenges and take on changes in life, and just keep it pushing. Like, you shock a lot of people with your, I'm getting like Wolverine, in X-Men. Wolverine has this like very fast like healing factor. He can get scratched the fuck up, and seconds later it's all healed up. And I feel like that's the energy that you possess. If that was a superpower, or if you had superpowers, that would be one of your biggest superpowers, is your healing, factor. Or what is it called? Healing, regenerative healing, something like that. I don't know. But you're able to heal, pretty fast. Like you take shots after shots. Um, and you just keep it pushing. It's like a cat with nine lives. You just keep on going. Yeah, Three of Swords. You can take a lot of things. You can take a lot of pain. You can take a lot of, betrayal, setbacks, challenges in your life, obstacles in your way, and you just keep it pushing. And people find that so attractive about you. A lot of that actually scares a lot of people when it comes to you as well, because they don't know how you do it. Um, yeah, a lot of people don't know how you do that. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just something about like the way that you're just able to take shit after shit and just keep it going and just keep it pushing. Um, with the King of Cups energy, like you take on so many challenges and changes in your life, but you still stay such a sweet individual and such a humble individual. What's the phrase? Yeah, Page of Cups at the bottom. You may have a lot of inner child wounds as well. Could be very significant for you. Um, but what is it like? God gives his toughest challenges to his strongest soldiers, and I feel like you're a tough cookie. You're such a strong soldier, which is why you've taken this challenging role in this lifetime of being this walking karma, this change bringer, this alchemist, because you do have the gift of alchemy. Whether you know that or not, you're able to transmute a lot of energies into energies that benefit you. It may not benefit you immediately, but it benefits, whether you know it or not. A lot of it transmutes into protection for you, which is why again you're able to like take on a lot, because like your outer aura and energetic field is like impenetrable. Again, so you alchemize a lot of things into protection, um, but you have the spiritual protection around you also from your spirit guides. But again, a lot of it transmutes um, into you being a heavily protected individual. Um, okay. Anything else from this tough ass group of people? You have a bit of a dark feminine type of energy to you, and it's not a place of like bitterness or anything like that. It's more so of a place of like, again, you've had to take on so much in your life, um, and that has affected like your personality. But a lot of people love that. A lot of people love that mysterious vibe that you give off. People want to know so much more about you, but you don't let everybody in. You don't. You're very not guarded, but you're very selective over the people and the energies that you allow in your energy. You don't let everybody into your, forget your front door. You don't even let a lot of people through the front gate. You know, and again, it's not you being guarded. You're very selective over the type of energy that you let in, and that causes you to have such a mysterious energy to you, because a lot of people want to know a lot of things about you or know things that you got going on in your life, but you don't let them in to know those things. And a lot of people find that mysterious energy about you very, very alluring and very attractive. And a lot of people love that about you. Even though they want to be in the know about like what you got going on. But at the end of the day, it's none of their business. But anything else, spirit guides? I really like your energy. I definitely can resonate with this group a lot. Um, but group number two, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out. Let's go group number 3. For those of y'all who are drawn to the third image, this is going to be you all's reading today. We're going to be getting some messages on what do people find attractive about you. So starting off with this Emperor at the bottom of the deck, um, people find you very physically attractive. And I didn't really get that in the other groups. You know, it's not to say that the other groups are not physically attractive also, but um, I definitely feel like a lot of people are very drawn to your, what is it, BDE, big energy, um, that you give off. Heavy fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, very significant for you. Could be in your chart or your big three, or um, like first house could be very significant here also. Um, but again, I feel like you give off a very dominant energy to other people, and I feel like um, a lot of people find that very, very attractive about you. I'm hearing Dom sub. I'm also hearing BDSM could be significant for somebody here as well. Take what resonates. Y'all could be some freaky folks. You got the King of Swords. So heavy, like masculine energy here. So I feel like a lot of people are drawn to your masculine energy. You know, you have a good, feminine side to you, but I feel like your masculine side, when you really take charge, when you really step up to the plate, some of you could be like a manager or a boss or a leader in some sort of way, and people really find that side of you very attractive. I feel like you have, many of us, we have different aspects of us or different parts of us that makes us or makes up who we are as individuals. We have different, again, what kind of comes to mind is like Inside Out, how she had all those different emotions. um, but I feel like the part and aspect of you where you are, again, like being very dominant, more in your masculine energy, being organized, being taking charge, being protective, standing up for yourself or for others. Um, that energy I feel like is so attractive to many people here. Um, Even some people may not say it, or some people may make it seem like you're being too much. They actually really, really like that energy from you. Um, People also really enjoy, like, even though you're very dominant, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. The King of Swords is very much like a silent power type of energy. So people, I feel like something about like the energy that you give off, people are able to like read that very well, as far as like, you know, you just may be in a mood to where you don't feel like being talked to at the moment, or you don't want people messing with you at the moment. Like the energy that you give off speaks for itself. So again, it's that silent, it's power. You have hella power within you, but it's that silent power. It's that power of like, I may not be saying it, but you can see it on my face that I don't feel like being fucked with right now, or you can see based off my body language I'm not the one. That's the energy that you give off, is a very dominant, very powerful, but also, it's not always the most vocal. Um, Not the most vocal. No, that don't sound right. I feel like you can be very vocal. You can be you don't argue with people. You don't go back and forth with folks. You're very direct, straight to the point. You say what you say, you get it off your chest, and you keep it pushing. And people find that very, very attractive about you, is your ability to, be very direct, very straight up, and keep it going, and that again shows so much power, so much of that power that you have within you. You may have the gift of gab, that gift of influence and being able to influence others. Five of Wands. These cards are so dirty. I didn't even recognize that. Okay. Five of Wands. The first word that came to mind is training, because in the picture, usually it's taken as like conflict or battle, um, but kind of traditionally the story behind the card is they're like they're training for a battle, or they're training, um, yeah, it's like they're training for something. So it's something about your energy of being able to, um, like your leadership, your ability, because all three cards is very leadership vibe to me. So it's like you're able to show people, how to do things, or show people how to live. Like you have the energy of I can show you better than I can tell you. Um, and a lot of people find that very, very attractive about you here also. Ace of Wands, you have a very like sexy energy to you. Like again, it's that very physically attractive. Um, but not only do people find you physically attractive, they're also very attracted to, um, like your mind and also your personality here as well. But again, it's the Five of Wands is very like I can show you better than I can tell you. Um, what else? Lots of fiery energy with your group. The song "Walk Like This" by Flo can be very significant for you. In the song, they're like, "There's a reason why I walk like, there's a reason why I walk like this. My baby, he be loving on this." I forget the rest of the song. Um, but yeah, something about the way you carry yourself, Three of Cups, something about the way you carry yourself, is very, I'm hearing intimidating towards to others. You got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So your energy again kind of comes off. It's very attractive, but it's also very intimidating to people. You may have people who don't know how to approach you, people who don't know what to say to you, how to say things to you. Um, so you just may have a lot of people who just don't say much or don't really know how to like get things off their chest to you. Um, so some things may go oftentimes left unsaid. Um, but yeah, Three of Cups. For very few of you, when you are like drinking or smoking or under the influence in some type of way, people really like that side of you as well. That's not for everybody here. Very few of you, or few of you who do partake in adult extracurricular stuff like that. Um, but a lot of people may really enjoy like that drunk or tipsy side of you. Take what resonates. If that does not resonate with you, then it's not for you. But yeah, some people really enjoy that more intoxicated side of you. Um, Another thing I'm getting is a lot of people find your energy intoxicating as well. So you may have a lot of people who are drawn to you, Nine of Swords. So you may attract a lot of energy vampires, people who, just want to kind of be around you for your light. And for again that power that you like exude, like you exude such powerful like main character energy. And again, like people really enjoy that about you. Very, very main character here. Can you clarify this Three of Cups? Ooh, had one that fell. My goodness. Okay, so you got the Queen of Wands. So you got a lot of cards talking about like power and strength and that inner power and willpower and things like that. Um, Three of Cups with the Queen of Wands again is such a main character energy. People really, um, what people find very attractive about you is how you're, like, you don't fight for attention. You don't, a lot of you don't even want the attention, um, or want the status or want the power, but it's yours. Um, it's not necessarily that um, don't want it, but it's more so of like it's yours regardless. I don't know what else to say about that. It's yours whether you want it or not. Um, so be open to it. I'm drawn to the cat here. The cat on the Queen of Wands is usually a um, mystical type of energy, and with this Three of Cups, which always give me like coven type of energy. A lot of people find your spiritual side very attractive. I feel like you're somebody, you may like wear, people know you're into like spirituality. You may wear crystals, you may talk about it, you may be into tarot, or you may talk about like energy and things like that. So people know that you're a very spiritual individual, and many people love that about you. You may have people who are not sure about that because of their own personal limiting or self beliefs, or like religion and things like that. Um, but a lot of people really love that spiritual aspect of you, and how, um, just how you're into like energy and energy work, and talking about like timelines and, astrology, maybe into astrology and things like that. But again, a lot of people are really attracted to that spiritual aspect of who you are. Um, yeah, you're definitely a mystic in some type of way. You could be a witch, witchcraft. Um, could be into like magic, folk magic can be significant here also. Um, I'm also hearing hoodoo, um, Celtic could be significant. Um, but yeah, definitely picking up like mysticism. Ooh, and the temperance at the bottom. So yeah, people really find your magical side very attractive. Um, take what resonates here. I feel like people find you as a very magical individual. Um, you're just kind of like yourself. You just do you. You're very different than what other people are used to, or used to interacting with, or being around. Yeah, it's just something very different about your energy that people find, um, very alluring and very attractive here. You tend to draw and magnetize people into your energy or into your life, just by you just being your true authentic self. You're very authentic, and people love how authentic you are. You're not worried about the judgments or the opinions of others. You're just yourself because you know that that's all you can be. And again, people find your authenticity very, very attractive. Um, and just your lack of caring for like what other people may think or say about you, because you're just going to alchemize it in anyway. Temperance energy, you're definitely an alchemist in some type of way. Again, you could be into witchcraft, spiritual work, prayer work, a prayer intercessor. um, I don't know, you just have a very special connection with the divine and with source and with creator, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it. There's a very significant bond and connection that you have with the universe, um, that a lot of people don't really understand, but it's not for them to understand. It's really none of their business. But group number 3, I believe these are all the messages that I'm seeing for y'all. So let me know how this reading resonates for you in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all stay well, stay blessed, and I will see you all in my next reading. Peace out.